Hi, welcome to Conversion Conversations. This is Cameron, and today I'm taking a look at Transformers Generations Legacy Titan Class Cybertron Universe Metroplex. And here we have Metroplex in his alt mode. He turns into one of those gigantic excavators like Bagger 288, that sort of thing. And this is a toy that I was really curious about. I didn't pick it up at first. I wanted to wait till I found it on sale. I was able to get it for $100. I've watched the original Cybertron, but I didn't watch it when it first came out. I watched it later on, and I never had the original Metroplex toy. So when they said they were doing a Titan class version of it, I was super interested. And overall, I think it's a really solid Titan class figure. It doesn't have all the playability that the others do, but it does have a lot of posability, and it's a lot of fun to mess around with. So starting out, we obviously have this massive mode, and I do want to do some size comparisons. Actually, one size comparison. I shot this video in a couple different ways, and I ended up feeling like there wasn't a ton of value in showing him next to other Titan class figures. He's on the bigger size of those. He's bigger than, like, taller than Omega Supreme, not quite as tall as Scorponok kind of thing. But here he is next to one of my other Cybertron figures. So we can see here, like, this scale is really funny to me. And I mean, it works, right? This is kind of where you want to be with a massive excavator like this. He does still obviously kind of look like a robot laying down, although I feel like it's handled better in this version than in the Cybertron version. He does have a couple things. These guns can move up and down. I wish they could swivel. It's a shame they can't. He does have casters. He can roll, which is impressive. The shovels up front can move up and down. They can also adjust. There we go. So you can kind of get an on-ramp kind of thing, adjusting them as needed. Then the big thing is, I think, the platform that he's on. So it is unfortunate that for whatever reason there is enough of a clearance issue that you can't really get him around his own shoulders. So he can't go 360, which to me is a real big shame. That's about as far as you can go there. But you do have a really nice strong ratchet up top here. You have another ratchet point up here. And then you do have these big pinchers here. So, you know, he can come down, scoop up some dirt, pull it back up, that sort of thing. And then he does have the bucket system that you can bring it in. And it's essentially like a buzzsaw made of buckets. So you can bring it, roll it up into the side of a mountain and just start hauling away material. I do appreciate that stuff. There are a couple points I want to note out that I'm kind of surprised we didn't get. He has like a locking point right here on both sides of his knees. And I was expecting some sort of little 3mm peg or something for you to put like Titan Masters or Battle Masters or something in here. That doesn't appear to be the case. Same thing with, there's no like platform for anyone to stand on here. It's just the lack of like Minicon support has kind of surprised me. There is astonishingly airlock compatibility kind of thing. I think that's what this is over here. I don't know what else it would lock to. But like, who cares about that at this point? If the Hasbro's not supporting that system, like, I guess it's kind of neat that it exists, but I don't know. With their lack of enthusiasm about it makes me as a fan not that excited about it. We do get, let me get around here, some lovely paint. You know, some silver detail on top of the industrial gray and white. They did pick that like gray, and I guess this is true to the Cybertron toy originally, that lifeless gray plastic. I wish this had been a gunmetal or just a darker gray. I think it would have contrasted better with the whites here. We do have a couple sections painted gold, which I do appreciate, along with the cool thing on the wheel bucket that is painted gold, and then we got some more silver and red here. So overall, it looks nice. I mean, it looks like the Cybertron character. But in terms of like what it's doing, it's definitely a lot less involved of a play, like what do you call it? A station, a toy station. There's a word I'm missing here. PlayStation doesn't sound right in my head. A play center than like the previous Titan Masters or Titan class figures have been, which is disappointing to me. But that seems to be like a relatively minor nitpick. All right. So in order to get him transformed, he does have 2 modes. First thing we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to rip off this piece. We can straighten it out and set it to the side. And we're going to come in and we're going to rip off this piece. We're going to set that to the side. Then, just like he does in the show, I think the next step is to unplug his arms here, and they can come in on the sides. Same thing on this side. Unplug that tab there. Bring that in on the side. Then we can flip the section. His shoulder is pegged into the back of his chest here. We can flip it around 180 and it locks into place there. And at that location, then we can come in and unplug this piece. And let me get it out of the way for the camera. We can collapse it down on top, kind of sandwiching like that. Nice secure connection. There are some nice snaps and ratchets on this figure. I do like that part. Same thing on this side. Oh. There we go. And then we're just kind of going to stand him up like he does for his transformation in this show. He's up. Come on. Stands. Can I? There we go. Oh, yes. Get him to stand up like so. At this point, we can split the legs. They are tabbed in at 2 locations. Not that hard to split apart. We can flip in the wheels, giving him secure feet on both sides. And now with him like this, he can stand up further. And I believe at this point I need to adjust my camera. All right, with him standing up so far with his legs straight, get them legs straight, we can straighten out his waist. Maybe. Come on. There we go. Then we're going to spin around his torso and straighten it out. And make sure, yeah, the ratchets are strong enough that they do sometimes come undone. There we go. And then we can flip out this section of his chest. Oh wait, I think I've got it backwards. You know what? I'm pretty sure I've got this backwards. I forget which chest piece goes for which section. I believe we come back this, now, yeah, come back this way, flipping around just this section. Is this still on camera? Hopefully it's still on camera. Let me get around here. Bringing these shoulders down. We've got his head. We've got an arm. And we've got his other arm. Can I get it in? Ah, there we go. And I believe I've got this mode correct here. Let's check and confirm. Yep, and here we've got Metroplex in his kind of like shorter mode. I guess the idea here is it's his like, what's it called, strong mode or something. His limbs are shorter and stubbier. He's still massive, but he's stronger in this mode for one reason or another. And yeah, I like the way this version looks a lot. I mean, it's definitely stockier. At this point, he is, you know, larger than a combiner, but smaller than any other Titan. But he's got like really big, thick, chunky legs down here. These are the panels I was talking about earlier that like It seems like they interact with stuff, but it's just the air system, which is unfortunate. He still has pretty good articulation at this point. He's got like this welder's mask face going on here. These cannons can articulate. The head and neck is on a swivel, as well as can go around, can slide forward and backward. I think forward is the position you want this version. At least that's the way I feel like it looks best, that kind of hunchback look. He does have 360 movement on that shoulder, if I can get around to it. And you can see just how strong that ratchet is. He does have a 90-degree ratchet here. He does have bicep swivel, and the unfortunate part is, depending on your pose, his bicep swivel is not strong enough, the detents aren't strong enough to hold up that arm, but if you keep him in like a more natural position, it doesn't really matter. The elbow swivel, or the elbow ratchet here is very strong, and obviously can go 90. And then he does still have the same gimmick he had before with his bucket buzzsaw. He does, as you saw, have twist in the waist, can go where you need it to go. Oh. That moves just fine. The hips here can kick out just fine. There is a thigh swivel here that's very tight. There isn't really a knee joint in this mode. There is ankle tilt, so you can still get like kind of dynamic-y poses. But this mode, I think, is more that like transitionary period where I don't know how like often he went into this mode in the show. I feel like his, and maybe I'm misremembering, but I feel like his traditional bot mode is the one that we all know and love more. But yes, I like this. Like, this seems like a very unique look. This kind of short, squat, but massive bot mode, to me, is something I remember distinctly about Cybertron Metroplex, which I like a lot. This is the version that I associate with him, with like being a builder on the planet and things like that. I dig it a lot. All right, we are going to go announce the winner for Transformers Generations Legacy Scourge. And then we're going to come back and do our second transformation. All right, it is time to announce the winner of Transformers Generations Legacy Leader Class Scourge. Again, a lot of people left comments. I always appreciate it. Those of you that answered the question of the day and wanted to be entered into the giveaway, I put you over here on the right. We did have 21 entries. A lot of people, I liked hearing what everyone got for Christmas. What you hope to get for Christmas. For me, I ended up getting Galaxy Shuttle from Hannah. She got that for me, as well as a 3-month subscription to a ramen monthly. Like, they're going to send, I guess, ramen from around the world or from Japan or something. And I'll get a little package once a month. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, here, let's see who our winner is. Ran between, little n, 2 E's. Can I type? It is late. All right, number 4. Lilith Morning. Congratulations, Lilith. Lilith, you won. You reach out to me via Twitter or Facebook, Discord. I'm on Discord, Siatashami, hashtag 5069, however you want. And I will get Scourge bundled up and sent to you probably Monday. I don't think I'm going to get to the post office tomorrow, or I guess today as of this video. So I still have the G.I. Joe figures I need to send out, and Scourge I'll need to send out. But I think I should be able to get to all those Monday. Congratulations. Let's get back to the review. All right. To start transforming him into his taller bot mode, we're going to come in and we're going to rip off both of his tools. Those will set to the side. We can come in and we can lengthen his legs, and it's pretty simple. You can see here's the tab, here's the slot. We're going to rotate down his feet and then bring it up, locks into place, and then we can bring it back down just to stand him up. Same thing on this side. And this all feels very true to the original toy, which I never had, but that feels like that's just how it looked when I looked at that toy on shelves, how it would have worked. All right. Are we still on camera? I think so. He is a tall, lanky boy. We're going to flip around the whole torso. Like so. We can come in up top, well, flipping back around. Come in, oop, knocking, definitely running out of room here. Coming up top, flip this up, spin around his chest piece. We can straighten out his chest, which will allow us to, come in, flipping this piece down, bringing down this torso bit. There's 2 tabs here that go into 2 slots on the black part of his chest, which allows us to there we go. Sink those in, then collapse that up to form his chest properly. I feel like I got his waist backwards right now. Do I? I feel like... This is right. You know what? I'm going to look at the instructions after I'm done transforming, and we'll see how close I got it based entirely off transforming this once earlier today. Okay, so the head. Well, we'll finish up the arms. We'll flip the arm back, flip this around. We can now open up this cavity, flip out a hand, which is a unique, like, bright blue compared to all the other blue on his body, which I like. I guess it matches these pieces. Same thing on this side. Flip that down, come in around the back. We need to bring up the shoulder piece, which I forgot about. Collapsing things on top of each other. Same thing over here. Closing it up. Coming in, hand reveal. All right. Whew. I'm like, I forgot how often trying to do one of these in front of a camera is like a workout with how big it is. We can flip around his head. We can open up his back plate like so, allowing us to rotate things up and out of the way. Same thing on this side. And there's a closer to a more traditional Metroplex head sculpt, which I think I prefer the other Metroplex more. I'm not sure, but we can close it back up here to kind of hide the other face he has. There we go there. And the very last thing I think is just on his back. We can open up and close out these. I think open up these sections, just sitting it back here. I'm trying to figure out if there's a spot where these are supposed to close, and I don't think so. I don't think these are like tabbing in anywhere. Let me flip it, see if it is supposed to tab in that way. No, it doesn't feel like it. All right. So the question is, do I have Metroplex's legs the right way? Let's go look at the tape and find out. I do. Look at that. I got it right. Even though I didn't really remember, I still got it right. Awesome. Yeah, so here is Metroplex. He is a tall boy. He can take, you can connect to give him his iconic weapon here. This doohickey. He can obviously hold it in his hand. Oh. If we, try not to knock my camera, if we bring this piece down, then this can slot in. Let me see. This way? Well, you know what? We're going to figure that out. Oh, he can kind of hold it like a staff, I see. Kind of like this sort of thing. Well, that's neat. If I can get it in there past his freaking thumb. But yeah, he's a big boy. Again, I mean, he is really, really big. We can I even get it, you know, there on camera? Yeah, there's a Cybertron figure. Here's my current standard deluxe. I'm gonna put her at the bottom, so there you can see. I mean, he lives up to the part, right? The Cybertronian planet, that the colony that he was from in the Cybertron show was the planet of giants, and he looks the part absolutely. Very, very tall, not as like bulky as the other Titans, which it might be a little disappointing to some if you're thinking purely of like how much mass am I getting for the dollar I'm spending, but he looks like the character. And again, great articulation, all the same articulation in the head we saw before exists here. It's a lovely painted head sculpt. We've got shoulders up top, same as before. All the same articulation in the arm as before because it's the same arm, just we now have a wrist swivel as well as a movable palm, fingers, and thumb there. Now, in addition to everything else we had in the legs, we do have knees. He does have knees. Oh. Which is nice. He can, you know, high kick off camera. The hips aren't the strongest joint, and neither are the ankle ratchets, which is a little disappointing. And I feel like they put really nice ratchets in certain joints, and the other joints could have been stronger. Because there are certain things that Metroplex can't do without tightening those ratchets. But yeah, overall, I think it's a really cool figure. I'm glad I didn't pay full value for it. I feel like I think that I could recommend it at retail, like if you picked him up for $150. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But for me, I think I'm glad I was able to catch him on sale. Because on sale, he looks really awesome. I gotta figure out a place to put him on my freaking shelf. And then what, next year, we're gonna be getting a new one, which is the Nemesis that turns into some sort of new bot, just like the Ark did. Yeah, I'm running out of room for these Titan class figures, but I do love them. I just wish, I think, again, I've been saying it a lot recently, I think the thing I like so much about Transformers toys is often the play pattern, and it feels like with the War for Cybertron and now Legacy lines, they've kind of dropped the focus on having a cohesive play pattern, which is a little disappointing. But Cybertron Metroplex, easy recommendation, really fun toy to play with. And this is my last video of the year because it's New Year's Eve. So thanks everyone for supporting us once again this year. 2020 was kind of a low energy year for us. We were focused on other things, but we still did so much amazing stuff. We've grown the Discord a lot. That's been great. I'm running the Transformers role-playing game. If anyone wants to play the Transformers role-playing game, I'll do a review on it after I run some games with it. I'm doing that on the Discord. In addition, we've got we raised over $2,500 for Cincinnati Children's Hospital this year. We raised money for the Free Store Food Bank, and it's all been thanks to your support. So keep an eye out for next year. We'll be doing more giveaways, having more fun, checking out more toys, and just doing all sorts of fun stuff. All right, that's it for today's video. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye.